This training video shows how you can increase the salary steps for employee salaries. If you already know what the salary schedule rates are for next year, you may want to update those rates first and then do the step increases. Check out the training video on the topic of updating salary schedules. Although you could do the salary step increases manually for each job, there is a mass update process that is much easier and faster, which is in the Annual Salary Updates section found in the Fiscal menu. This process will allow you to update either the current year or next year's steps. First, we want to use the quick search or advanced search to select the group of people and the jobs that we want to update. Always remember to do the search first. So I want my active people. I'm not going to deal with my active leaving because I don't need to give them a step increase. They'll be leaving at the end of the year. But I can select my other ones, and I might decide I'm working on my classified staff. So I do my search. I have my 182 people here. Make sure to use that employment status as part of your search. If you're updating next year's salary steps, you'll want to start by clicking on Reset Salaries. So this is what you want to do when you just are starting to work on the salaries for next year. The Reset Salaries actually takes the current salaries that somebody is on in terms of their schedule and step and hours and all that, and it copies it over to the next year section of their salary record, so that any changes that we make here are going to be applied to the correct baseline. So all you need to do is do a salary reset. Tells you that it's going to be done, and again it showed you in red how many records you had. So again, very important to pay attention to that because you don't want to reset salaries that somebody else has already updated for you. Okay, so we've reset salaries, and now we want to do our step increase, and we're going to do this in next year. So click on next year's step increase. Again, tells you how many, and now it allows you to put in the number of work days, or minimum work days here, if you have the situation where certain people should not get a step increase because they have not worked so many days. If they started only 3 months ago and it's the end of the year, then do they get a step increase or not? So it probably depends on classification or just what your district rules are. But in this case, I'm going to just leave that blank, and I'm going to give everybody a step increase. So I just say increase steps, and it says it always is asking you one more time, and I say update step, and it says it's complete. And you notice now right in the listing that you see that the steps indeed have changed. Okay. So it's a very simple process. And then if you find that you need to make some adjustments, let's say that somebody was out on leave for a good while, or there were other circumstances, then you can go to the annual worksheets, click on annual worksheets, and pull up the current next year salary details sheet. We've been using this many times here. So we can go through here and identify some of these people that maybe they should not have gotten a step increase. Okay, so we can and change that back to a 2 or whatever it might be. All right, so use the worksheet after you have done the mass update to then adjust as necessary. All right, so we have shown how to do that in next year. And again, we always recommend to set up all your salaries for next year in the next year section, and so that they can be verified before rolling over. If, however, you like to do the step increases directly in the current year, then the process is the same, but it is over here under current salary step increase. And again, it would show you the number of records, and you could do the increase.